down in the Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. Rolling. What you gonna do? Rolling. What you gonna
Welcome to the Man United stream. What the hell has just happened? What game have I just witnessed? I mean, it was awful. It was awful. Yes, we got the goal. SESKO rescued a point. And yes, I'm happy. I've just stopped celebrating. But at the same hand, I can't let these players get away with this kind of performance. It was awful. From the word go, from the first whistle, the first half was dire. What were United thinking? Why were they that nervous against West Ham, for God bloody sake? Awful, awful performance. First half was drab. It was slow. It was like watching paint dry. It was just horrendous. United, out of ideas, just didn't have the width. They just didn't know how to break down this West Ham defence. And this is what we've all been saying. We've all been waiting for this kind of performance, haven't we? Let's be honest. We've been playing against the Cities and the Arsenal's teams that come out and attack us. But now we found out that if we come across a team that just wants to sit back, wants to hit us on the counter, then we have problems. And not only that, our right back and left back were completely torn apart today. They were torn absolutely to shreds. Somerville, Bowen, absolutely destroyed. Dallo looked like a deer just in the headlights. I mean, he did not know what to do. He didn't know how to deal with that attack coming from Somerville, and of course Bowen as well. He absolutely destroyed Luke Shaw on so many occasions, and it's just like, shit, this is not looking good for us. This is not what we want to see. This is not the performance that I was expecting. I did say in my earlier show today, I did say, look, this is going to be a very difficult game against West Ham, a team that are tricky. They're in good form right now. Nuno's got them working in the right way. They've got attacking prowess as well. They can score against us. And I thought defensively, they're going to be weak. I was like, look, defensively, we will still get at them. Defensively, we can do some damage. But wow, was I wrong. West Ham defended really, really well. Am I disappointed? Oh, absolutely, man. I'm gutted. I'm gutted because I was expecting a win tonight. And not because of the reason for that guy to get his hair cut, you know, United Strand. I don't give a shit about what's going on there. I really don't. I just think it's just a distraction. I think it's a circus. I think it's just a bunch of bloody jokers sat together who, you know, are making a laughing stock out of United, getting 5 straight wins. We shouldn't be doing that. And if I was him, if I was a genuine fan, I would just get his hair cut and just get over and done with. He's a distraction that we don't need. It's turning the club into a bit of a joke, and it's not a joke. It's not a joke. We want to be winning. And we shouldn't be distracted about, and even the commentators talking about the guy getting his hair cut and blah, blah. Shut up, man. This is absolute rubbish. We're talking about United going on and winning a game away from home because we want to qualify for Champions League, not because some dude wants to go and get a haircut. What is all that about? And just, if I was him, just get your bloody haircut and just call it a day. Just call it a day. Stop this circus. We've already got Ineos and Glazers who love circuses, right? They're the clowns of the show. So leave it out. Just leave it out. We don't need any more clowns. Look, I'm frustrated in today's game. Today's game was awful. We were rubbish from start to finish. Our passing was off. We didn't know what to do. Ahmad, everyone, the crosses were awful. I mean, SESKO saved us a huge, embarrassing loss. And hats off to him. It was a great finish and a great ball by Mbeumo. But we missed that throughout the whole game. And the game was crying out for SESKO to come on much earlier. It was. I mean, in the first half, you could see we were missing that focal point, and the West Ham centre-backs had nothing to do. They might as well have just gone off the pitch. They literally, we didn't even get into their area. We didn't even pressure the two centre-backs of West Ham. They had nothing to do almost in the entire game, apart from a few chances in the second half. One, obviously, with the Casemiro goal. That was really hard. I felt like we should have been given that bloody goal. It wasn't even offside, was it? It didn't even look offside. And even in VAR, I think it was his finger or something that was over. And that's it. It was just absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. But the performance itself by United was not good enough. And this is the problem. This is what we're going to face, because most teams now will know, right, okay, to play against United, we just need to play that low block and just defend and be tight and compact. And they can't break us down. The reason why we can't break them down is because we lack that width. We didn't have Luke Shaw or Dalot moving up the pitch well enough. They were just rubbish. And this is why I've said it time and time again. I've said it so many times to everybody. And I was saying it this morning. I was warning everybody in the live stream this morning. And I was saying, mark my words, Dalot and Luke Shaw are going to be pivotal in this game. Either they're going to get us the win, or we're not going to get the win because of them two. And it was obvious. It was obvious watching them two. They were struggling throughout the entire game. Dalot was afraid to even step past the halfway line, because he knew once he did, he would struggle to get back if Somerville decided to go on the run. And same thing with Luke Shaw. They were both nervous. They looked shit. And this is why we need better players. Unfortunately, we can't polish a turd. Carrick came in and tried to do it. And for 3-4 games, it looked like he'd managed to polish it, and polish it good. But this game shows exactly why United have struggled this season. We haven't got the players when it comes to these kind of performances. You need the players to step up. You need better players. Somerville, of course, is on great form right now. He's brilliant. He's brilliant right now. But Dalot just looked like a little kid compared to him, right? And same thing with Luke Shaw. And that really just kind of played out the rest of the game for us. We struggled to go up. We struggled to make any play down the wings, and through the centre. Well, it was like a brick wall. They didn't. West Ham were not allowing us to get through that brick wall. It was a rubbish game by United. I can't say anything more. I mean, look, I was hoping that second half we might come out, and in the first couple of minutes in the second half I thought, wow, okay, United have come out and they're going to attack, but boom, we get hit by that silly goal. And that comes from, where does that goal come from? It comes from Luke Shaw's indecisive behaviour. He didn't know whether to go to the ball, not let it bounce and get it and just attack it and make sure clear your lines. He just got caught up in two minds, and then he makes the tackle too late. He goes in there recklessly, tries to make a side tackle, and just simply misses the ball. And then the rest is history, isn't it? I mean, then we were under the cosh, and of course it was going to be a goal, because we just switched off. We just switched off. And it was a shitty goal to give away. It was an awful goal to give away. And at the time as well. And, well, look, the West Ham crowd, the fans were already hyper. They just even... I said it. The moment the game started, I said, the first goal in this game matters. Whichever team gets the first goal will or should go ahead and win this game. I think West Ham will feel gutted that they actually dropped the 2 points and ended up going in with a draw. They thought they'd finally managed to get a draw, but West Ham, we've already known that they're not very good at keeping leads or holding on to the 3 points. I think we'll look back at this and say, look, it was maybe a good point, but teams like West Ham, we need to be doing better. They're in the relegation zone, guys. They're in the relegation zone. We gave them too much respect. We turned up and we were just respecting West Ham for God knows what reason. I have no idea why, but we were playing against them like there's some top team. You know, why were we giving them respect? Yes, they've been on a decent run, but they have not been on a run like United have. United have beaten top teams. We should have gone in there with high confidence and we should have gone in there aggressive, but we didn't. We didn't, and we were almost like defending really deep. Whenever West Ham got the ball, we were defending really deep. It just didn't make sense to me. I was watching the game thinking, why are United so scared of this West Ham team? But it was because we haven't got the players in the right positions. Unfortunately, that's why we had to drop deeper and deeper into our own half. And of course, West Ham took full advantage of that, and the crowd could see the weakness in United's lineup, United's team. They could see that West Ham could quite openly go out and attack United, and United were just going to drop back deeper and deeper and deeper. Not a great look for a team that's playing a team that's in the relegation zone. Absolute joke. I said it to you. I said it to you guys. I warned you guys before the game. I said this is going to come down to our right and left back. It's going to be a game of who can go and attack further up the pitch, whether it's going to be West Ham or it's going to be us. Can we keep Bowen occupied and Somerville occupied by pushing Dalot and Luke Shaw further up the pitch, or will we be pushed further and further back? And it was a disappointing performance. I was upset, gutted by the performance. I just thought we should have gone out there with a lot more confidence. I know it was away from home, and I know we've not won at the ground for a long time, but still, we had the confidence of winning behind us. We had that win streak. And I felt like we just kind of gave up. We were lackluster. We were lackluster against a shitty West Ham team. Yes, they've got Somerville who's in form, but apart from that, they were shit. They're a shit team, and we should have gone out there and just struck first. I think if we got the first goal, it would have been over. The crowd would have just died down, sat down and realised they're not going to get the win, and we would have just controlled their game, and maybe with a little less pressure, we could have gone and got another second goal or a third goal. And that's why it was so important to get the first goal. Why couldn't we do that? Why couldn't we get the first goal? It was so frustrating to watch this game today, because I'd predicted this kind of game. I said this is going to be a tricky game for Michael Carrick, probably one of the most trickiest ones, because, and even you could see Carrick was nervous as well watching the game. You could see even he was nervous. In the first 10-20 minutes, he looked nervous because he knew that his team looked weak against the opposition. It shouldn't have been the case. We should have been the team turning up and putting the record straight. It was a team that was in the relegation zone. It just does not make any sense why we turned up and gave so much respect to West Ham. We should have closed up shop with Somerville. We know if we marked him out of the game, it would have been no goals for West Ham, right? That he's the danger man. If we kept him quiet, everything else would have been sorted. But then the question marks still arise. The question marks over whether we've got the right personnel at this club. And again, I keep saying it, Carrick was polishing a turd. We all know this was going to raise its ugly head sooner or later. We knew it was coming. We did. Come on. I'm glad. Look, I'm actually happy that we didn't lose, but I felt like it was an opportunity we threw away. We threw away this opportunity. Teams like West Ham need to be destroyed by United. If we want to stay in the Champions League spots, we need to be destroying teams like this. These teams should fear the likes of Man United, and they didn't, because we gave them we essentially opened the gates for them and said, look, do you know what? If you want to attack us, we're going to drop back, and we're going to sit back because we're nervous as well. We're nervous. Why we were nervous, I have no idea. I have no idea why. The only reason I can say it was because the players simply felt they weren't good enough. Our right back in Diego Dalot, I've always said it, look, when it comes to pressure situations, he struggles. And you saw time and time again tonight his ball playing skill. Anytime he went forward, he was just pinging balls left, right, centre, not making any serious passes. Mind you, let's be honest, let's be honest, Ahmad had a poor game. So did Mbumo, so did Kuna. I mean, all our forwards were off form today. Casemiro again played really, really well. Bruno had a quiet day, should have done better again. Not sure why, but again, they just got played off the pitch. We got played. Do you know what? That 1-1 flatters us. It flatters us. That 1-1, we played really bad. We played really bad, and it wasn't that we could have done better. We should have done better. We were the better team going into this game. We were the better team. It just does not make sense to me why we just didn't have that confidence. Why the players felt like, right, okay, do you know what? We're going into this game and maybe a draw's a good enough result. Why? Why did they just go in with that in mindset? Just does not make any sense to me. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. Can you all do me a huge favour and make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you're new to the Man United stream channel. It's a disappointed day. I hope that we can come a good again. Next game, we go again. At least we got a point away from home. That's how I'm looking at it. But I just think there's too much distractions, and this whole saga with this kid wanting to get his hair cut and whatnot. Just please do me a favour, just go and just get your hair cut and call it a day. You've had your laugh, you've had your moment of glory. Just go and get your hair cut, right? Just stop making this into a circus. We've already had too much of that already. We just want to concentrate on the football, and I think that's been a huge distraction to United, the fans and everybody else who've just gone in and just had a moment where we want to forget. I mean, look, let me not end on a negative, right? Okay, let's just rewind a little bit. Let me just focus on SESKO and his goal. Look, the goal he scored, fantastic. This kid we've been relying on. We're hoping that he's going to come good, and he will. He will come good. He is a very, very raw talent. He's still a raw talent, but hopefully he starts firing on all cylinders. And who's more gutted? Will United be more gutted, or will West Ham be gutted? I think West Ham will be gutted tonight. I think they will be looking at this thinking we were literally seconds away from clinching all 3 points, and again we've dropped them 2 points in the last couple of minutes of the game. And yeah, I think, look, United will be going in and saying, look, we rescued a point, we still go again, and that is the United way. And look, there are positives to take out of that, because yes, under Ruben Amorim, I don't think we would have thrown the kitchen sink at this game. I think we would have sat back and said, okay, 1-0 and just carry on as we were. But with Carrick, he did the right things, threw on SESKO, threw on Zertsky, threw on a few other players, and yes, we were in there. Len Euro came on. I think he did brilliantly as well. So yes, the positives are that United didn't give up, and they still went for that equaliser, and that was good. That was good. That is what you want to see from a United team. So look, positives are that United didn't give up and we kept going. And for me, that shows character, that shows resilience, and we just need more of that. We just need more character, more resilience, and more confidence. And hopefully next game in, we can go again. Look, we've got a few away games before we come back again at home. So I think Carrick just needs to just sort these players out a little bit more, and maybe give an opportunity to one or two other players and try them out. It's a difficult one because every game is a huge game for us, because we've only got the Premier League. The FA Cup is taking place this weekend. West Ham are in action, and so are a few other teams, but United haven't got any football. So United need to be playing their guts out. They need to be leaving everything out on the pitch. That's what they need to be doing, because they've got no football. They can rest over the weekend. They have to be running around like headless chickens if they have to. Right? They need to be running around constantly trying to get the ball. They need to be hungry. This game should have been hunger United. They should have been all over West Ham and tired them out, because they have got no game on the weekend. West Ham have to keep one eye on the weekend as well. And that's why we had an advantage over West Ham. And we didn't take that. Oh, it's frustrating. It's frustrating because you can't be totally negative, but you are upset that we've dropped the 2 points. I would have liked to get the win and hopefully move above Aston Villa. We also got Chelsea drawing tonight as well, so that was a great result for us, and we could have opened up a bit of a gap between ourselves and Chelsea, and it would have been a great night of football for us. But anyway, guys, unfortunately, we didn't do it, but we go again. We still survive. We still breathe. We got the draw. Thank you to SESKO. And look, we go again. That's all I'm saying. Like I say, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the subscribe as well, so you can become part of this Man United community, and we can go again next game. Thanks very much. Take care, and I'll see you next time.